My name is Jeffrey Kennedy and welcome to Elliott Wave Junctures. Today we're going to take a closer look at zigzags. As you know, a zigzag is one of three Elliott wave corrective patterns, the other two being a flat and a triangle. Now the substructure of a zigzag is quite simple. It is sometimes referred to as a 5-3-5 pattern, and the reason why is because wave A subdivides into 5 waves, wave B subdivides into 3 waves, and wave C subdivides into 5 waves. That's the basic structure, 5-3-5. Now with respect to wave relationships, the most common relationship we find between wave C and wave A of a zigzag tends to be equality. I would probably say the second most common relationship I find is a 1.382 multiple. So that would be a wave C would equal a 1.382 multiple of wave A. In this example, you can see at 1995, we pushed a little bit above that level and then reversed nicely. Even within wave B itself, which is a smaller zigzag, you have the equality coming in at 1885.6, and that's where prices fell to and reversed from. Now also I'd like to point out in this example here in this slide, notice how prices fell to just below the 618 retracement of wave A. Now the most common Fibonacci retracement for wave B of a zigzag is actually 0.382, but the second most common relationship is 0.618, and that's what we actually have in this example. Now another characteristic which is very important to zigzags is slope analysis, or the angle of the advances. In this case here, what I've identified is the slope advance within wave A, and then also within wave C. Now in a zigzag, it's very important that the slope of wave C be equal to or less than what was experienced in wave A. In this example here, this illustrates that sellers are re-entering the market, and the structure is essentially, the momentum is decreasing, which explains the shallow slope. So in a zigzag, we like to see wave C, the slope of wave C, be less than what was experienced in wave A. This will help you identify the maturity of the move, the termination of the move, and actually corroborate that you're actually identifying this pattern successfully as a zigzag. Because as you know, if we were working with a developing impulse wave, the substructure would be very similar. In fact, you almost be identical. You would have a 5-wave move up for wave 1, a 3-wave decline in wave 2, and then a developing move up for wave 3. Now see, if that was going to be a true wave 3 advance, then the angle of ascent, or the slope of wave 3, would be sharper than what you would experience in the initial move up. So this slope analysis will actually help you differentiate between a developing impulse wave and a developing zigzag in this case. Now as far as technical signatures go, we tend to like to see the same type of divergence, which is common that most technical analysts are aware of. And the divergence I'm referring to is we like to see divergence between the extremes of wave C and wave A. For example, in this 3-wave decline, which actually represented wave B, we actually had our waves A, B, C. Notice the divergence between the extremes of wave C and wave A here in the MACD histogram, and also in the extremes between wave C, because this was our larger wave A, B, C move up here, and again notice the divergence, or the decrease in momentum to the upside. This also explains the shallow slope, and it allows you to again more accurately identify this pattern as a zigzag in a real-time market environment versus a developing impulse wave.